Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Should we do the intro?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Hanna Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Fried.
And you're listening to
High Heels and Punchlines, Sex and the City Rewatch edition.
Sex and the City, like as if it's the first time it's come out.
This is the first Sex and the City ever. Actually, this episode came out on July 23rd, 2000.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Years ago.
24 years ago.
That's 25.
25.
Right, it's 2025.
That's nuts.
The older you get, though, the less like the years matter.
Totally.
Like when I was younger, it was like, oh my God, we've made it to 2016. And now it's like 2024, 2025, 2026.
Right.
Like, what's the difference?
I remember every time the year would get, the year would increase. I don't know why I just said it like that. I would like be at school and I'd be like, like I'd write like 2010 and then I'd like exit out 2011 now, you know? It was like a major moment. Like I'm such an idiot. It's a new year. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's great. I'm sorry, that sounded sarcastic when I meant it.
It is kind of, no, that's great.
It is great.
All right, we're really excited today because we are joined by a very, very special guest. She is a comedian and actress. She's fucking hilarious. Her name is Jess Elgene. Welcome, Jess.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
welcome.
We're so happy you're here.
It's an honor. And I'm actually watching Sex and the City for the first time ever right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love when this
Really?
happens.
Yeah, I had to skip ahead to watch this episode, but
Amazing.
You did really? Where
Yeah.
are you in your own rewatch?
I'm toward the end of season 1.
Okay.
Loving
Okay,
it.
wow.
It's a perfect show.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
We don't usually get that from
I feel like people
guests.
who are watching it for like the first time right now are maybe like a little critical. But I feel like if you put your mind back to when they made this and when it came out, I feel like for that time,
Totally.
in general, I think it's a great show, of course.
I
But
think
like,
it's awesome. I also try to enjoy things when I watch them.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I
it's
mean?
more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun.
I also feel like, a lot of people, we can criticize Sex and the City forever and ever, but like it kind of does represent like the lady experience in NYC in some capacity.
Yeah, it's funny to me, like Broad City is like just them like a little younger. You know what I mean? Like, and then
Yes.
girls, like girls in Broad City are kind of like both the like 5 years younger.
Yeah,
Right.
they're like
And
the
then-
20-something.
Yeah, and now there's like Sex Lives of College Girls, which feels like
Even younger.
the like college
I
version.
can't
of
get
it, and
into
it's
that.
like,
Do you like that show?
yeah, it's really good. I've watched a little bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's never bad.
Okay.
Every episode I've watched has been great.
Do you
is
love
there-
Mindy Kaling, right?
I do, but I didn't like Mindy Project.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Unfortunately, I thought it was
Wow.
there was something about it that didn't resonate with me, but
Okay.
that's okay. I'll give it a try
Your
again.
name's Nora. Her name's Mindy. It's
yeah,
like,
it's just like I don't know what's
how
going
can
on
I
here.
Connect this? Yeah.
Exactly.
So in your rewatch right now, you said you're only in season 1.
Yeah.
Do you find a girl you connect with yet?
Kind of like oscillating between Samantha and
Fun.
and then the boring one,
Charlotte?
Charlotte, yeah.
Nora's
Yeah.
a Charlotte.
I kind of oscillate between those two.
Yeah.
I love them both so much.
We realized that like I'm Charlotte only when she's being a spicy lady though. Like when she's being normal, I'm not her, but when she's like out of her mind, kind of like in this episode, verbatim.
Yeah, maybe I'm like more like Samantha when she's being humbled, and more like Charlotte when she's being adventurous.
If anyone was
Yeah.
like wondering what it's like to like be friends with Nora, I would say like this episode is what it's like.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Nora's on the hunt for love.
Okay.
Hunt is kind of intense word to use.
What would you like me to say?
It's more of a journey.
Okay.
I'm on a journey.
Okay.
I'm
Wolf
not on
did
the-
post a picture of him with a couple guys, and you were like, "Who's available?"
Well, yeah,
Which is
because
so Charlotte in this episode. Like, let's find him. I'm
do you know
ready.
Wolfgang Hunter, her boyfriend?
I don't know.
He's a
Wolfgang.
comedian
He's our
in the comedian land that we're living in. But he,
I love that name.
yeah, isn't it amazing?
I didn't believe it was. His
Was it
name
like
ever.
was it an adjustment? Like,
Yeah, I actually thought for some reason there was no way that was his first name, and his Instagram was Wolfgang_Hunter, and I thought, oh, he's probably Hunter is his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
And then I called him that a couple times, and he was like, you know, it's not my name, right? And I was like, it's really Wolfgang, and it is. His dad named him.
and like telling how long have you been dating?
We're coming up on 3 years.
Okay, so
Wow.
for a long time.
For a long time.
You
I just call him Wolf.
Wolfgang?
Wolf.
I don't call him
Okay.
Wolfgang.
I have to get you guys a present for the 3 years.
No,
Okay.
you don't.
Okay.
It's like, did that feel like a weird like coming out like to your family? Like, by the way, his name is Wolfgang.
Actually, people love it, and
Yeah.
I think he loves that people love it.
Has he ever met Wolfgang Puck?
No. But he knows someone else named Wolfgang.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That's so weird.
Feels like there's only a couple of them, but
Not a very common name.
he wants to name if we have kids, one of them Wolfgang. That's not happening
No.
though. Don't tell him that, but that's not happening.
Yeah, call him.
It's
Puck.
also going to ruin his little special thing of his no one else has his name. Like, let's
Yeah.
not do that.
You can do it for like a grandson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
more
tell our kids
appropriate.
that.
Yeah.
They're given the A-OK.
I hope he, and I don't mean to pry, but I hope he has a lot of money, because Wolfgang is such a moneyed name.
His family does.
Good.
He doesn't
good.
have as much access, I think, as he would like.
Sure.
But, one day.
So Wolfgang he posts this picture with a bunch of dudes, and I'm constantly telling Hanna, like, we have access to this I was about to say random straight man. I know he's your boyfriend, but I'm just saying, like, we have, it's very rare in my life that I have, a straight man around who's not like offensive and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But like Wolfgang is Hannah's boyfriend and he's wonderful. And I'm like, okay, he probably has access to other wonderful straight men. What's going on? And so that's why I'm constantly like, you're in the comedian world, but he's like in Manhattan with like the boys.
That's a different world.
That's a different world. So I always
really,
say,
I don't think it's like the guys you'd want to be with.
that's what we're realizing. I went on a date with one of them and it was a big issue.
And also a lot of them are in relationships.
Yeah.
too. Most of his friends are in relationships. His friends who are really nice are still back in his hometown, North Carolina.
True.
So that would be us moving.
On
to
tour.
get access
On
to
tour,
them.
I'll hang out with
On
them.
tour, we'll meet them.
Yeah, no, the prospect of, I'm married and I've been in a relationship for like almost 10 years, and so the prospect of seeking a new relationship is so daunting. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Wait, when
So-
did you meet your partner?
We met.
I think did I see her at one of your shows?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sang a song to her and it made me like cry.
Thanks. Yeah, that's the vibe. Yeah, we met.
That's the vibe.
I guess we met in like 2015. So yeah,
Mhm.
we met 10 years ago. We started dating like 2 years later.
Wow.
So we were fast friends, besties, and yeah. So we've
Wow.
been together for a really long time. So like, and I remember briefly being on dating apps like in college and really feeling so sad all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
It's like, but I think about it like it's just such a succinct way of like defining yourself. So I sometimes do wonder like what would my profile look like? Like how would I want to
Yeah.
advertise myself to other people?
Yeah.
Also, how successfully can you like actually advertise what you are, as opposed to what you would like to be or think that you are? You know what I mean?
That's so, I have that problem every day. I think some people say I radiate like sexiness.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
I'm really not like that sexually advanced. Like I not to blow anyone, like I'm Charlotte vibes. Like I'm like,
Okay, but Charlotte's reading a book about giving head. in
I
this
know,
episode,
but I'm just
so
saying
she's
like
getting up with it.
people have said to me,
There are
oh, you
people
have
who give
this
head
like,
and there are people who read books about giving head.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm reading the book, you know,
Yeah.
and I feel like I've had people be like, oh, you have this like, sexy vibe too, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't expect much because like once we get there, I'm just kind of want to run around and like play high five, like give each other a high five or something.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, I'm not necessarily looking for a relationship. I just am looking for consistent normalcy, if that makes sense. Like just someone who isn't an asshole, who's consistent. Anyways, Wolfgang was hanging out with this huge crowd of men the other day.
It's like 4 people.
That's pretty big.
Posted
depending
a
on how big
picture,
the guys were.
and
That's
I
a
was
whole-
like-
It was that show that's 100 comics do 1 minute.
Oh,
Do you know that show?
Was it the joke funeral show?
No,
Maybe.
no. It was at Grove 34, but it's like they do it every New Year, the day on New Year's Day, 100 comimics. So I guess there were
it's
100
like
people there.
There were hundreds of
50
people
first
there.
Jokes? Is that it?
No, I don't know what it's called.
That
There's
sounds
a
fun.
Manhattan version of each of these Brooklyn shows. that
Oh,
I'm naming,
cool.
it sounds like.
Okay.
That sounds
Um,
fun. We should do that. 51st
Oh, this was
jokes.
in
That's
Queens.
Oh wow, there's a Queens version.
There's a
too.
Queens
Oh.
version.
funny. I don't really want to.
There's Taylor's version, Queens version.
Yeah, so anyways, he's with all these guys and I'm like, Wolf, you always are like, you don't have anyone to set me up with. And now I see you here, you know, hanging out with all the men in New York? Like, what's going on? Anyways, he didn't answer my text for like 2 minutes. And so then we followed up and
I was like,
pestered
respond
him,
to her.
which is very similar to what Charlotte was doing to
she's
Dennis.
doing too much.
I kind of did that to Wolf in some ways.
Should I go over the highlights of the episode?
Please.
So we can, because we want to talk about Charlotte.
We do.
Okay, so this episode was called Drama Queens, which was spot on for every girl in this episode, except for Miranda. I feel like Miranda's reaction was normal to what happened. But the Carrie's question for this episode was, do we need drama to make relationships work? And the highlights of this episode are Carrie realizes she's in a healthy relationship. Charlotte is tapping into the untapped market of married men's friends to find her husband. Samantha is getting into Viagra with this doctor she's fucking. And Miranda discovers that Steve leaves skid marks. Which was so cruel. So cruel to do to him in the show. But I guess first, do we want to answer the question, do we think we need drama to make relationships work?
Yeah, I think
Thank
so.
you. I said yes as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you disagree?
No. Yeah. I'm trying to have like chill vibes.
Well, it's just that I think standing the test of time and having drama is like, it helps not, I don't know, have like a wandering eye. You know, it's like if someone's hot at the bar or whatever and you're in like a nice 3-year relationship or 8-year relationship, it's like, yeah, but like, would a relationship with this stranger at the bar last like a cross-country move and huge falling outs with family members?
Right.
And like,
when you go through these intense major things, and even things like Carrie, like finding that you're like not having fun with how normal it's going and you freak out, then when you get through it, the closer you get to this person, and then other people, it's like, yeah, well, would they stand by me if I started acting like the way Carrie did? Would they stand by me when this came up? And
so
I love the drama.
There was an
drama
episode
queen.
of a podcast I was listening to yesterday about like relationships, and they did say, this guy who's like a relationship expert, which I feel like everyone is these days, he said romantic relationships are like a basketball, not a vase. Like you should be able to like drop the ball and then kind of shoot make a sports, right? Yeah. And so then
not a vase,
like a vase.
Yeah, but I'm saying like,
and
what's the
whereas
like,
if
stand still?
If a vase breaks, then it's over.
Okay,
so I do think drama. I think relationships should have some element of like forgiveness and whatnot, but I don't think you should enable drama to get kind of like a. To spice it up.
This is timely. I broke a vase last night.
Oh yeah,
and we're not getting divorced.
Wow. What do you mind us asking? What
I just got really drunk and mad. No, I was playing with my dog and I bumped into the flowers that I bought my wife for her birthday. And so it fell. So we're gonna buy a new vase today.
Oh, so literally you broke. I thought you were gonna tell us like some juicy fight that you guys had.
No,
wow.
Like,
okay.
Like legit, I bumped into a vase. No, but I think maybe what you're gleaning from this is like, just don't play with a glass basketball. You know what I mean? Because you still need to be able to dribble it a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And if it can't be bounced one single time, then that's not a good basketball to play with.
I feel like I'm getting in fights with guys like on the first date.
Okay.
So like
that feels like a little drama.
Yeah, it's huge drama.
I feel like
I know it's huge drama,
on.
and I gotta reel it in because I think at the end of the day, I really don't like men. Like they really, really bother me. But I do like a little touch here and there, from a man. And the good ones are so good.
Oh, they're great.
The bad ones are so bad. So it's just like it's hard, But so yeah, I'm like sitting down and I'm like, abortion, let's talk. Like
first date.
Yeah, first date.
I feel like that is something that of course you need to know where they stand on. But I feel like I would wait until like third date.
Yeah.
Wait until you're pregnant.
Yeah, I feel like I would wait until like things come up naturally. I feel like your approach is good. You're on a date and you're bringing up key issues because you're like, if we don't align on these, like I don't want to see you again.
Yeah.
But then it's like, not saying, if someone's like, oh, you should keep the baby, then maybe that's obviously not the one. But maybe wait until like second or third date to get those things out there.
I just don't want to waste my time anymore. I'm 32.
I don't think I talked to Wolf about any of this stuff until it came up.
Really?
Yeah. We literally did not talk about abortion until I was pregnant.
Wow. Oh my God.
Luckily, he was on the right side. But like, you know, it didn't come up naturally for me the way it does for you.
It comes up naturally. But it's like, I'm just not a small talk person. I'm like, what else are we going to talk about? You know, if we're not talking about abortion, what are we talking about on the date?
Each other and like our jobs.
Yeah, but that's like
our dreams.
I want to know.
Well, it's like, I don't know. It's tricky. Like, obviously you want to know people that like lean in the right direction for you. But, then where do you go from there? I think maybe the reason it doesn't then lead to more dates is like, is it going to be like the last one?
Yeah. No, it's been up and down. I did have a pretty good thing going for a little bit with the doctor, which was nice.
Doctor, wow.
Yeah, he turned out to be like a giant misogynist, but you know, it's okay.
I wish we could ask him about this episode with Samantha and the Viagra.
He was really beautiful though, and he's not a giant misogynist. He's just like light misogyny. I don't know, but he was 6'4", like.
So he is a giant misogynist.
Full head of hair,
like quite literally.
Yeah. Like. He was so beautiful. So it was a big loss, but we're moving forward. Clearly I haven't. Okay. So the other question that I was going to ask is, let me see here. I came up with another one here. Does this episode prove Carrie should be with Aidan, or is it really telling us all that she needs to be with Big?
I mean, I haven't watched, a whole lot of the show, so this may bite me, but I'm a bit of a Big apologist. I do like Big as of right now.
Is he your favorite man so far?
I think so, but he's also like the only man that I've really seen like
you
a
haven't
lot
met
of
Steve.
Personality from.
You haven't met Steve.
Haven't met Steve.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
But I don't know. I think this relationship that she's in is nice. If we want to talk fashion really quickly, I'll just say she wakes up, the opening shot of this episode, she's in a jean bra. And I think that's just awesome.
Wow. I didn't know it was
she's dressing really different for Aidan.
Oh, okay.
Like, I feel like you'll see as you watch like through the rest of season 2 into this, like she's like kind of becoming a little bit of like a boho girl.
Did you guys see the patch? You could see the nicotine patch at one point.
That too.
Yeah.
She's changing for Aidan.
She's changing for him.
Which, as much as we know, and you'll see, Big is bad to her, but it's like kind of like she's not ideal either. Sometimes, as you can see with Aidan, but she's changing a lot for Aidan, which you never know if it's like you change for somebody for the better, or is she changing fully who she is for something she just doesn't want to be in.
At what point in the relationship do you feel like you made changes for your partners? Like, if you made any? Like, were there any big changes? Like, maybe you smoked, maybe you were Carrie exactly, and you smoked, and your partner was like, no.
Ooh, gosh, I think that I've learned to communicate a whole lot better from my partner.
Okay.
I'll have to think about it.
I identify as a Miranda, and specifically with my boyfriend, who's like really Steve-like. Like, this episode was pretty much us, but I was resonating with Carrie a lot. We didn't know each other when I first started dating Wolf, but I, for like 8 years straight, could not get someone to be in a relationship with me. So I kind of turned into like a little bit of like a toxic person out and about. I was dating a lot. I was being really intense with men, really harsh, really straightforward. And I like could not turn that off when we started dating. And I did not believe he was going to stay, even though we were like in a relationship. And I was just like really harsh, looking for drama, did not trust him at all. And I feel like it was when kind of what Carrie did, except I like am actually doing it. She doesn't actually do it, where I kind of realized like, oh, this is a good guy who has exactly what I want and is not getting upset with me, literally rejecting him and trying to like push him away because he's just like, oh, I guess she's like going through something about this, but like I really like her and want to be with her. But I was having a hard time realizing, oh, here comes the kitty.
Oh yeah, Margot is, get away, Margot. Okay, well,
come in, Margot.
Yeah.
I felt like it was hard for, my biggest change was probably having to just like accept that the relationship I've wanted for so long is here, and I'm the one who's the reason it's not working, and I just need to calm down and enjoy it and stop like looking. I was Carrie, like I was looking for problems.
Yeah.
I was being a little nutty. I'm still a little nutty, but like Wolf will tell you, like, stuff that he describes now as like me overreacting is nothing compared to that first year. It's amazing we made it.
Wow.
I was being nuts. I like could not believe this was happening. I was looking for trouble. I was starting fights out of thin air, just like I did not believe it was real. So I was trying to end it before it hurt me, kind of thing.
Mm.
But I feel like a year in is when I made real changes.
Yeah.
People would probably advise doing it sooner.
Yeah.
But I felt this episode, Carrie, really pisses me off with Aidan. But it does make me think, like, she already knows in her gut this isn't what she wants. She wants to be with Big. And I feel like in Carrie's situation, I kind of felt like we should get rid of Aidan. She's like, this is, you don't know this and it's not a massive spoiler, but she does continue to treat him badly. And I just feel like this is like the first time where it's like meeting his parents to her seems like pushes her to like be mean to him and push him away. And like, it's just like, that doesn't end for her. This whole episode, I was like, Aidan has to go. Free Aidan.
Free Aidan, but free Aidan and I'll date him. Like he, like
he seems awesome.
The backwards, I know this is we're skipping around a little bit so we can go backwards after this, but first the backwards cap with the little chain and the sunglasses. If you're watching this, if you want to be my boyfriend, that's all you have to do. Put on a cap, put it backwards, buy a little silver chain, throw some shades on, knock on my door. I'll let you in.
He wasn't doing it for me this episode.
That's crazy.
It was that patterned shirt.
That was hard. That was hard. He had a hard night with that.
Yeah, and like
day, whatever
Carrie looks nuts too. She's wearing that striped shirt, this gold necklace.
The rose.
Like,
necklace.
and they're having a crazy argument where she's trying to just start fights with him. But I was like, something about him right now. I was with her when she was like, "Don't be cute. I hate it when guys are cute." I was kind of like, "Yeah, I'm not attracted to him right now. I also hate that he's being cute."
It's crazy too because I'm rewatching Vanderpump Rules right now. And we're like, do you watch Vanderpump Rules at all? Yeah, it's just really like great. The men are so scary and awful in that. And so then watching Sex and the City right after is just like a hilarious, like the dichotomy between the two is really funny.
Tom?
Yes.
Of course, yes.
You've heard about Tom.
I've heard about you, Tom.
You've heard about Tom.
She knows about Tom. Yeah, Tom, it was like Scandival. That was a big thing. Yeah. But I won't detour too far. But it was funny. I literally had like Jax Taylor on screaming at Brittany, telling her that like he wanted her boobs to be bigger and he was paying for them. And then the next minute I was rewatching Sex and the City and Aidan's like, do you want to come to dinner with my parents? And I'm like, oh, okay. Different vibes. But
okay,
anyways.
Not to take Carrie's side for a second, but do we think it was pretty soon to meet the parents?
That's actually what I was going to ask you guys. Do you like, how long is it until you meet the person's parents?
I mean, it depends.
Yeah, I think it would depend. Like, I met my wife's parents like when we were friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like maybe outside the context of a relationship, it's like, yeah, I'd meet both of your parents right now.
Yeah.
Like, awesome. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But then in the context of like, yeah, this is the person I'm in a relationship with. Maybe it's different, but I'm pretty on board with meeting parents. I think. Yeah. Assuming they're like cool with the LGBT community or whatever, then, barring a few certain things, like it's, I feel like I can kind of nail it. I like meeting parents.
Yeah.
Similar to Carrie. Carrie was like, parents love me. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I feel like once you're over the age of 26, for some reason in my head, like the meeting the parents, like stigma kind of goes away. Cause like between like 26 to 30, like you're an adult. You're just meeting other adults.
Yeah.
Like when I was in high school and college, like if I met someone's parents, this is a big deal. Like they're their parents. Now I'm like, these are just other adults. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't, like meeting Wolf's parents felt like no big deal. Like I wanted to make a good impression, but I wasn't nervous at all.
Really?
Yeah, they're just other adults. I work with adults. I'm friends with adults. I've worked for adults. Like especially when I was like, I had back-to-back corporate jobs where I was in office all the time.
Totally.
It's like, everyone is 50 plus there.
Yeah.
And they're like my colleagues.
Yeah, but you're not fucking their child.
No. But I'm saying like, it was like, it's like, I know how to talk to adults.
Yes.
So it's like, I feel like once you're at a certain age, or maybe this is a hot take, not a hot take, but like a different take. Like, I don't feel like meeting the parents is any sort of big deal unless there's going to be like a major issue on the table. Like they don't approve with you or they don't agree with your lifestyle. Cause then it's like, okay, might be a fight. But if it's just like, oh, your parents are nice and they like us and we're meeting them, no big deal. Just meeting other adults.
I do a really great job of meeting parents, specifically mothers love me. Dads like me too, but like moms, we like we go hard.
Opposite.
Yeah. So we, that's interesting. What was I going to say? I was talking to my mom recently. I come from a big Jewish family. It's not just meeting my parents. It's more, well, my dad is dead, but not just meeting my mom. It's like meeting my extended family is very intense. Like one of my friends actually came over for dinner the other weekend. She was like, that was like the craziest experience I've like ever had of a dinner. Cause it was with all my extended family. But I told my mom recently, I was like, we were talking on the podcast about meeting parents. And like, I said that cause we were talking about this with McKenna and Natalie. I was like, I don't know if I could date someone who, didn't like my mom or like my mom didn't like it just would create so much friction. And she was like, really? I don't think I would ever tell you if I didn't like your partner. And I was like, what? And she was like, I mean, even if I really didn't like them, I wouldn't want to tell you because then if you ended up wanting to be with them,
it would like spoil the whole thing.
And I was like, well, then how am I going to know? And she's like, I'll just, and I was like, I think I'm going to know.
You would know.
I think I'm going to know. I don't think she's going to do. So now we're going to play the game of the Jewish mother who she won't tell me, but I think there are going to be other signs.
Context clues, yeah.
Which is just so Jewish mom. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm not mad. Go off, miss dinner. That's fine. Here. I'm so glad he's here. We cannot wait to hang out. So now I'm like kind of stressed. I'm like, I don't know. I guess hopefully if I see them like running around in a field, then I'll know for sure.
Because your mom does that a lot with like her closest friends. So when she does it with your boyfriend, it'll be like, oh.
Your mom's known to frolic. Yeah.
So that's how we'll know.
Yeah. It is. My stepdad also is someone I want them to get along with. And usually they do because my stepdad loves like other guys like in business and stuff. He likes talking about that. But I don't know. My mom is really intense. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see. Do you like your wife's parents?
I like them a lot. We haven't spoken in like almost 4 years. Wow. So I'm trans and I came out as trans while we were dating, and we had great times when we were like the cishet couple. And, they are not necessarily fans of the trans community. So we haven't talked, but they're
Does your
otherwise,
wife talk to them?
No, not really.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, Jess.
Yeah,
that
thank
sucks.
you for saying that. Yeah, but they're otherwise really fun people. We have a lot of great memories. Like the last time we ever hung out was a family trip to like Galveston, Texas. It was really fun, and I think they're really funny people. We shared a lot of laughs, and it's fun, to just like be with your person and be like, oh, this is why she does this thing, and this is why, whatever, and. Yeah, so like, so yes, I actually like them a whole lot. So
hope the message gets delivered.
Are they from Texas?
The Voss / basketball is in their court now. Yes, they're from Texas.
Okay,
yeah, and I am too. I'm from.
You are?
I'm from George W. Bush's hometown.
Wow,
Midland, Texas. Yeah.
Wow. Did you really feel it when he was president?
Yeah. Let's see.
Did you feel the energy?
I was a kid, and I could feel the energy. It's pretty cool. Like. Regardless of where you fall, it's just like, whoa, the president's from my town. Like,
that
that's
is
weird.
A big deal,
you know what I mean? Like last week we saw Maybe Happy Ending on Broadway, and the director
How was it?
is amazing. You should see it. And the director Michael Arden is also from my hometown. So it's
cool.
Like, I think I didn't realize until this show. It's like, oh, I've seen 4 shows on Broadway that this guy directed, and he's from a small town in Texas where I'm from, and it's like, oh, I didn't even realize that like he's such a source of inspiration for me. So I don't know, like growing up being like, yeah, it's a small town in Texas, but you could be you could be the president. You could be
the camera shaking like edge of our seat.
Margot does this thing where she's like headbutt the tripod. So
Margot's pretty attached to Nora, so it's like she's playing it off right now, like she's just like wants to be pet, but like I do think she just wants us to stop recording, so like Nora will sit with her. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's That's the relationship I'm in
Well,
right now.
mommy's at
That's
work.
the
Mommy's
relationship
at
I'm
work.
in. You really were Charlotte in this episode.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I have so many notes. I was just looking down my notes for a second that are just me saying like, "This is Nora doing that. That's Nora doing this." I actually liked her approach though. I think you should just tap into a different straight guy instead of Wolf. Like I
don't know any others.
I do think men who are already married and in relationships, like
Yeah,
they're
I can
probably.
ask around. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
You got some contenders.
I got some friends. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sound like my mom. My mom was like, so y'all have like any married friends in New York? My parents were in town.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then we introduced them to like a gay married couple, and she's like, she didn't say it, but the vibe was, that's not what I meant. I mean, straight friends. Do you have
I'm
any straight
looking
friends?
for the straight
And
couples.
yes, like we have straight friends, and they like us, and they
Yeah, but
are cool with everything.
No, none of my friends, gay, straight, anything, like they do not have straight male friends. It's just not known unless I go to Manhattan for some reason. And then in Manhattan,
Really? In
they're
Brooklyn?
all.
No.
I don't know. It just seems
I feel
like they're
the straight
all.
guys.
I
Are
feel like all
out
the.
in Brooklyn.
I feel like all the ones that are
I don't know
left
what
are
I
like.
meant by that. Exactly.
I
Do
have
improv? They all do improv? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
literally.
Yeah. Well,
No,
all
that's-
all my friends that I'll have.
They're
do
all improv guys.
I do improv too.
Oh,
so-
okay,
but if the straight
if a woman
guy-
does it, it's completely different.
sure.
So
it's an art.
it's an art, and if a guy does it, it's like
If the worst thing is
you better be really
that
good.
your
Yeah.
boyfriend does improv, that's really not that bad.
Yeah, it just is. I mean, look, if you have one that is really really good at
Really
improv,
good at improv?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, my friend Henrik is a great improviser.
Henrik.
okay.
Yeah, Henrik and Wolfgang could hang for sure.
Henrik.
Wow.
But
Henrik,
Henrik, what I mean
Nora,
is, he's my
Henrik
friend who's in
Wolfgang.
a beautiful relationship with
See?
Maria.
Oh.
But
Bada bing.
Henrik might have some friends.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll kind of put it around.
I want you to know that this will be like Charlotte, like Nora will be following up. Like
Yeah.
When I
we wanna
first
reach out
met
to Henrik.
Hanna, she was like, I bet you Wolfgang has some people for you. And I followed up every minute.
And then we got you someone, and you weren't. We wasn't good.
Not a fit.
It wasn't a good match.
I don't really know any straight guys, and like Wolf's group.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know if that's your demo.
I think
Yeah.
Hannah was gonna introduce you to a single friend and then had to reveal that she's actually in love with you.
Honestly, we do feel we are like partners. in a
We
lot of
are.
ways.
We are.
I said to her once, I said like if all else fails, like this is not worst case scenario here.
That's beautiful.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No,
After,
this is
after your
this is my
surgery,
best case scenario right now.
when we were staying here, like living together was like
Totally
so
fine.
chill.
It was so fine. It
I
was like
fine with it.
it was like no problem. We like to do the same things because we're both like workout girls, and then we do this and that, and it was fine.
We're just workout girls who do this and that. That's
You
all
know?
we are.
You
Wait,
can come. You
I-
can come live with us too. You seem really
That'd be
chill. So
incredible.
yeah.
I want to be a workout girl. I'm
Okay.
trying this year.
Talking. Oh, then you have to come to
You
Orange
should
Theory
come
with
to
us.
Orange Theory with
Oh,
us.
yeah, I've done
No,
Orange Theory
literally,
once,
like
yeah.
Oh my god, I work there.
Yeah, you get a lot of spot
I have
points.
my shirt. I have my shirt over there. I just came from work.
It's orange.
It's orange.
It's
Okay,
orange.
wait. Talking about living together, let's talk about Miranda Steve for a moment.
Okay.
In this episode, Miranda's honestly happy to be in a stable, predictable relationship.
Right.
And then her plot this episode is that she finds out while doing his laundry that he gets skid marks, and that like causes her to like spiral for a minute and then get over it. Hot take. I don't even think it would gross me out or bother me at all.
Really, I would have a huge issue.
You would?
Yeah.
Huge issue?
I would just be like, I'm sorry. I just Charlotte vibes, you know, like if you pooped in your pants,
That is not what a skid mark is from.
it's from itching your butt though.
It's like from like
Right.
maybe you didn't
But
wipe
then
well enough.
Yeah,
and
but
you,
then
like,
you take care of that. Why are you giving that to me?
Well, what we needed in this episode was an explanation why she's doing his laundry. Like, is
I
he?
would I'm fine to do the laundry.
I do the
sometimes.
laundry.
I drop off my laundry at the laundromat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
But are
the-
you in charge of the drop off?
We kind of switch, and,
Oh.
and, we,
Yeah.
and we have our own baskets.
Wow. Oh, that's
See,
cute.
that's-
Yeah.
Wolf and I share a basket, and I do the laundry,
That's
but
nice.
only now because no, who am I kidding? I've always done the laundry. Only because before I didn't mind doing it. He moved it into my place, and it was just like my usual place, and I had my routine. So now his laundry was part of it, and now I do my laundry for free at Orange Theory. And I don't think he could walk
I gotta get
in
on
with
that
our
train.
laundry bag
Yeah.
and just drop it off downstairs. I feel like they'd be like, "That's crossing the line."
Yeah.
I have not seen a skid mark, knock on wood, If I did though, I literally don't think I'd think about it. All of my underwear has a period stain in it. And if he reacted to that.
Yeah. But that's
and shitting your pants a little is kind of like the men's period.
It is. It's all they have.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All
No,
right.
I just feel like it's human.
All my underwear is like soaking in blood, so I guess you do have a point.
Soaking. Jesus.
Soaking.
Like you're telling me you've never had a skid mark?
No, of course, but that's like my personal
skid mark.
But honestly, it's been a while. And
You're due.
That's my
one's coming,
and that's like
and then you're gonna
that's my
have
personal journey, and I'll take care of that. I won't have my boyfriend dealing with that.
But wouldn't you want to trust that if your boyfriend did your laundry and saw a skid mark,
of course,
that he would have no reaction?
Of course.
And maybe this is the point too, is that like you mentioned, why is she doing his laundry? How long have they been together?
So actually, what's going on with them has been a little shocking. They were together and then they broke up, and then they were a casual hookup. Like they started just hooking up again, and then the next episode we're together. The next episode he moved in.
Oh, interesting.
Now it seems like she is in-unit laundry. So
That's
she might
amazing.
just be doing regular laundry, and now he has clothes there. But everything about Miranda does not match with doing her boyfriend's laundry.
Right.
So that is a little surprising. So we need the backstory on that, because if she has no choice but to do his laundry, or else like he'll never do it and he like begs her to, then it's like, yeah, she shouldn't have to see that skid mark. But if she's just picking up clothes around the house and deciding it's laundry time, then it's like maybe she walked into that skid mark.
Yeah, I don't think that you should be doing your partner's laundry until you're ready to see a skid mark. Until
That's so
you're
true.
At that place in your relationship.
Wow,
I'm ready.
That's actually really good. One time I was at my friend's house and their roommate had left their underwear on the floor and it had a skid mark. And I was like, what the hell? This is a communal bathroom.
That is, in a
Guests
communal
are
bathroom, you can't be
over.
leaving your clothes.
I was
in
like,
there.
this is like rude. But maybe, I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
I'll take the poop pants. Like whatever. I don't know. It's at this point.
But no, maybe this is something you know about yourself. Like you don't want to be doing laundry
I'm not-
together.
I'm
I'll
not
do
a
my
big,
laundry,
like-
you do yours.
I'm not a big I don't like farting and poop talk and stuff. Like,
so this would be too
it's
much for
just-
you.
It's a lot.
Okay.
I'm not gonna die over it, but I just like, if I'm sitting with a bunch of people and someone keeps farting, I'm like, can you just like go to the bathroom or something? Like it's
Yeah.
not
Well, like
really,
that's
it's not fun.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Margot's
type.
really on her
No,
journey.
Margot
over
is
there.
like flipping. She's so jealous. She's like doing a performance on the couch.
It's really. Yes.
Okay, should we talk about Samantha?
Yeah.
This episode,
The
sometimes
Viagra.
the like fourth girl storyline always is like a little wacky.
Yeah.
I think it's odd he takes it for fun when he doesn't need it.
Do you know about Blue Chew?
Yeah.
No, what is that?
It's like I think it's because of this episode.
Honestly.
Like I think that this was like the first domino in a long line of things leading up to
Really?
like guys in their 20s taking Blue Chew, which
What's
helps.
Blue Chew?
It's I think it might be over the counter, but
Yeah.
medication that's like it's got Viagra in it and some other stuff that's like meant to
But it's
cause you to,
not like it's not of as strong as a Viagra. It's not, the point
Yeah.
is, if I'm correct, is not, you can't get hard. It just is like
it
to
helps, yeah, and it's
keep
like for
things
endurance
going.
and things, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a full thing that people are like, yeah, like I take a Blue Chew or whatever. Like it's like
Really? I've never seen anyone take
Well,
a Blue
I didn't
Chew.
know about it until a comic was running a joke by me, and she was like, "Is Blue Chew like something everyone knows about?" And I was like, "What is Blue Chew?" And that's how I learned. And then it felt like I couldn't escape it,
Right.
and then I was hearing it everywhere, and
Yeah.
now I know what Blue Chew is. And now that's the same
Can
thing's gonna
girls
happen to you.
take Blue Chew?
well, ask Samantha.
yeah.
That's the thing.
That would be really
I'm
any
kinda
sort of like
calling-
sexual enhancer. I would really like, even if I had a dick, it would be like really scary to me because like
yeah.
you always hear those stories like, or maybe it was just like on Grey's Anatomy or something where like
Those stories,
the-
the Grey's Anatomy episode.
where like the guy was hard for like days.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that was in like the old Viagra commercials. It would
Yeah.
be like, consult your physician if you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours.
And that would be so random. Like
An
going
erection
to
for
the
more
So
than 4
random.
hours.
that would
That'd
be
after taking your pill.
I mean, imagine
Random.
going to the hospital
Documenting
and you're
so
just like
random.
walking in with an erection, and the lady at the front desk is like, "What are you here for?" And you're just like, "I have a."
that show Sex Sent Me to the ER.
It's that. See, that's not.
That show
Then
used to
I'm
really
like,
scare
was
me.
it worth it? I don't know. Probably not.
I feel like I don't know if I like Samantha is so curious about Viagra. I'm just like not curious about that at all. Like I can't even imagine thinking like I should try a Viagra. And like I'm kind of calling bullshit on it doing anything to her. Like I kind of feel like she was putting on a little opera show. I'm just calling bullshit that the Viagra made her have some crazy orgasm experience.
Yeah, it's weird, and it probably caused a lot of women to try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, yeah, it's like weird. I like if I literally give my dog like a piece of popcorn or something, I will Google like, can my dog have a piece of popcorn?
Yeah.
So for her to just be like, what will this do? I don't know. Let's
Yeah.
find
What do
out.
you think, Doc?
That's
and
crazy.
Also, doctor who
Google
is
it.
like recreationally taking Viagra is not someone I would like consult and trust their
It's
reaction.
also an
No,
ENT.
it's ENT, yeah.
Yeah, so
No
it's like
offense.
kind of.
I didn't even know that. ENT,
Yeah, it's not
Nothing
really
to
not
do
a doctor.
with
Yeah.
Viagra.
Not
Yeah.
a doctor.
I do. This does remind me though. In college, I really liked the idea of. I did a lot of ecstasy and Molly and stuff in college, and hooking up on that is awesome. And that is something that like people would do. Like we'd be like, are you gonna go like have sex with him on Molly? And like almost to the point where people were like, don't do it because they'll make regular sex so bad because it's so amazing on Molly.
Wow.
So it's like if you take the risk of like, then it's like you can never go back.
Which is what's happened to him.
Yeah,
That's why
like
he has to keep taking
I
it.
didn't personally do it a lot, but a lot of my friends did, and I like was around it a lot. So maybe that's like the same thing. But Molly, you're not going to be on Molly forever.
No,
So-
you can't have that every time you have sex.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, or it's not going to last an extended period of time to the point where you'd have to go to the hospital, or maybe it will if you got the wrong kind. I don't know. It definitely.
Check your drugs.
It does kind of sound like you're suggesting people try it.
Everyone should check their drugs.
For fentanyl.
And also, this is like back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm an old lady. Like
Back when drugs were drugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it's like full of fetty and like fentanyl
Fetty.
and like just it's crazy stuff. So
Check your drugs for Blue Chew.
literally like don't do anything I just said. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, like where do we go from there? That was so funny. To just like share a little fun thing and then be like yelling like, please check.
I
Should
know.
we- do we
No,
need to
it's
let them in?
I'm done with the doorbell. Do they not know that we're recording? Okay, Steve does look very hot throughout this episode. His arms specifically are beautiful.
Steve is hot.
I know. I still have a lot of trouble seeing him as hot. I'm kind of
He's
kind
like-
of a big apologist too sometimes, but
big
my
truther.
heart's with Aidan. And I mean the backwards hat.
This episode really turned me off from Aidan.
Really?
I don't know what it was. And maybe this is like old me coming out because like this was literally how Wolf and I were like in the beginning, except like it wasn't over a weekend. Like it was like a year of me like looking for problems and starting fights. But like Wolf wasn't this annoying. Aidan like is annoying in this episode. He's just like too easy.
He's also being very like nonchalant about stuff.
But
when
then being
she's,
like, meet my parents.
But like her concern, he's kind of like da 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 da, and it's like, wait, are you even listening to what she's saying?
Right. And it's like if she's riled up about this, yes, maybe she shouldn't be and she's just looking to start a fight. But like, you know, maybe you should get a little riled up. Maybe I'm having a bad approach, but I'm like, if she's upset, take it seriously.
Right.
I don't know. He was kind of icking me out. But two major people were in this episode. One, I don't know. It won't be major to you. And one is semi-major. First major is Carrie sees Big. At this moment, she hasn't seen him in a while. And this is like a jump scare. And Charlotte meets Trey, who you don't know who Trey is.
Oh, but that's an iconic meeting.
Yeah.
It's an
Already.
iconic
Yeah.
meeting and it's a big character.
Yeah.
And they kind of slipped it into a random ass episode.
Yeah.
They always do that.
I also felt like the Dennis guy, the one that was married, like chasing her, felt a little like
Scary.
creepy, like like if my friend's husband even remotely was like, wait, and like grabbed me, I'd be like, we're not, I'm telling my friend.
That was all really upsetting because
Yeah.
like poor Charlotte is like dying to meet Phil.
Yeah.
And then it's this guy who's not cute,
Right.
not a cute guy at all. And now wants to cheat on his wife, who's Charlotte's friend. Like poor Charlotte has literally like spent a week of her life reading about how to give head and trying to meet Phil. Like for this guy to show up.
Like also just don't do that for a week. You know what I mean? Like find a way that night if that's what you need to say to her. But like she thought that she was meeting Phil
All week.
Yeah.
She's at the opera. She was going to bring him to the opera.
Men are they think about stuff for so long and they don't tell you. But then they're like, oh, no, I was thinking about it. And you're like, but you didn't tell me.
You didn't tell me.
That happens all the time. Like, I'll text someone I'm like hooking up with and then they like won't respond. And then like a couple days later, they'll be like, so are we still on for Thursday? And it was like, no, because you didn't respond. And he was like, oh, well, we made plans last week. And I'm like, what? Like,
no one got back
are you
to me.
okay? It's like, and then it's like, am I okay? Like, you know, and then it's like, I mean, I guess that's gaslighting. Is it gaslighting? I don't know. But yeah, I'm always, the thinking and not speaking thing really bothers me sometimes. Actually, always.
Like frozen.
Your lip gloss?
I just wanted to quickly put on lip gloss and the whole production.
I
I felt bad though for Charlotte. She's trying to meet Phil. No Phil. Then
she's turning herself into the worst version of herself possible.
Yeah.
her calling him, leaving all these voicemails. Let me know why you think Phil's too good for me.
That's literally me.
I actually can't believe though that all these voicemails for Phil made this guy think she wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
Like it feels like clearly maybe something's going on for her, but like she definitely wants to see Phil. She never was like, I really want to see Phil if you know what I mean. She was like, what's Phil's number? What's Phil doing at work? Why can't I meet Phil? And then he shows up. But it led her to Trey.
Yeah.
Who I yelled, oh my God, Trent is here. And you were like, his name is Trey.
Trey is actually, I don't want to give it away, but he's going to need some Viagra.
Wow.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Kind of really subtle.
Sorry.
Not a spoiler,
but like he has some issues. So.
To say, honestly, at this moment, what has happened is Charlotte gets what she wants, but not what she needs. And that's I feel like my opinion on meeting Trey. But God, does he look hot rushing out of that
I mean, it's awesome.
subway.
Yeah.
That's subway. That's taxi.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be caught dead on the subway.
And she's fully on the New York City ground.
Yeah, she
she doesn't just stumble into the
Falls
car.
hard,
like
yeah.
she's down.
Have you ever fallen and like gotten helped by someone? Like, have you ever fallen and got help by Trey?
Yeah.
You've never
Trey
fallen.
wasn't there, but I did. I city bike a lot.
Yeah.
I was taking an e-bike like right before I got to the Williamsburg Bridge to go back into Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Hit like a little pothole or something, and I like fell pretty hard.
Please tell me you're wearing a helmet.
Well,
I
was wearing a helmet.
Okay.
Oh my.
Just what you wanted to hear.
I told you what you wanted to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was okay. But
Did anyone swoop in?
someone was like, "Are you okay?" And I was, "Oh, I'm fine." And I didn't.
I
know.
wanted to do
Yeah.
I
that.
hadn't like assessed like
Yeah.
if I actually was, but like my hair was in my face and I was on the ground and like a car was like honking at me.
Oh
all
my
of a sudden,
God.
The
and
car
so-
honking. Like
yeah. And so then I just like got back on the bike and kept going on the bridge, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna like come to in the middle of being across this bridge and be like, oh, my leg is
you're gonna be
broken
like in
or
pain.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like in shock.
But I was okay. But I think there was definitely adrenaline that propelled
Yeah.
the remainder of the ride. It's very embarrassing to fall.
It is
It
really
really
embarrassing.
Yeah, I started to fall. We just want to go fall story.
No, yeah, the whole thing.
Like I was walking down some stairs and it was like last winter and there was like sludge from like some leftover snow stuff, and I missed a step or something, and so I like had to like jump to the ground, and I caught myself, but like it was very much like fall oriented. And,
Yeah.
And I like fight or flight kicked in and caused me to dab. Because I was like, I should probably do something to address that I've just fallen and caught myself.
I see it. I did.
So I dabbed, and
You went like that.
I went.
You were like, yeah,
Is that
they'll know.
Is that? Oh my God, I'm gonna sound like so white. Is that the Soulja Boy? Is that
No,
same?
but,
Okay,
like,
sorry.
It's definitely
sorry.
like Soulja Boy's influence. Is
Okay,
definitely-
okay.
Yeah,
He
he
influenced
was-
the.
Well,
Is
he had
it
that
like?
Superman. That
He
Oh,
had that.
Superman
He
that
was
hoe. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I'm so
So-
sorry.
Oh
My
yeah,
dad.
Superman that O.
Yeah.
Superman that hoe.
So you dabbed after the fall.
dabbed
Okay.
and
And is that how
realized
you
that they
are?
were-
Like, are you someone who dabs?
Well, no.
No.
That's
Okay.
like when
No.
Trump like put up his fist after he
Yeah.
got shot. Maybe if he dabbed, it would have been.
Yeah, things would have been different.
Yeah.
No, and I realized there were like a couple of guys that like are pretty like big comedians that were right behind me, and it was just like, and I don't know if they knew who I was or what, but it
Did
was
they
like,
help?
They saw your dab.
They saw my dab and they knew that I didn't need help.
Oh,
They were
okay.
like, yeah, she doesn't need me. She's
Yeah.
dabbing.
She's dabbing. for
She's
crying
back
out
on her
loud. Yeah.
feet.
I have this, like, I don't know if it's a disease, but I'm
Oh.
always on the watch for people falling, and I'm always there to catch them. And I'm always like, I think we talked about this in a previous episode. I'm constantly catching people falling on the street, randoms,
And, you
and
catch
help.
them?
Not catch them. I kind of like pick them up and I
They
talk
fall.
them through. It's happened twice in the last couple months, maybe 6 months. It's a lot of
It
times.
happens a lot.
Yeah, like it.
Sounds
Old
like-
people,
sounds
young
like you're
people.
pushing people.
Old people, young people, they fall. I'm right there if you can believe
I
it.
just-
Pretty much anytime someone falls,
It's my
right
fault.
there.
If anyone falls, like, I got you. I got you back.
Wow, maybe this is the inner Charlotte in you. Like, you're hoping a man will fall and that'll be your husband.
Yeah.
Because that would be such a good meet cute.
Well, it sounds like Jess is gonna match me with the improv
Oh, right.
guys. So
You're
it's,
right.
like,
You're right.
fine.
So we don't even need to catch people anymore.
I'll improvise a fall.
Oh,
Ha
a
ha.
rat fall.
Perfect.
What kind of improv are they doing? Is it like UCB or is it like a?
Well, but
Like
wait.
my friends.
Is
or
Yeah.
his friends improvisers as well?
Yeah.
Henrik, he probably. I mean, he does
Because
like
Henrik's taken,
he
right?
does characters and
Such a
improv
cute name.
and stand up. He's great.
Okay. Okay.
He's taken.
He used to write for the
No, I
problem
know.
with
Okay,
Jon
just
I know.
Stewart.
Andrew, he
He's
used to write
awesome.
for who?
The problem with Jon Stewart.
Okay,
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, he's got some like.
I worked
cool
for Jon Stewart 2
people.
summers ago.
Wow, you-
Nicest guy
Yeah.
on the planet.
Is he single?
You know what? He's not, but
Oh well.
if he ever is,
Jon
he's
Stewart might
really
have some
nice.
single friends for you.
I know. I sound.
in
I
the
sound.
industry.
Here's the thing, though, because you bring me someone, and then I am a little picky. I'm not just like a loose lady.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like mean picky. I'm just like, I've done a lot of work on myself. It doesn't really sound it based on like all
No,
the
you're
stories
not a
I just
loose lady,
told.
I get it.
But like, you know, like the Molly and stuff, but I really have done a lot of work on myself. So I want someone who's like equally as on that playing field.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just someone who's like pro-abortion, like, you know, just
I feel like you might need to go to places where like-minded people meet.
yeah.
Like, I feel like people's friends, that's a mixed
But
bag.
here's the
That's
thing.
taking a real like shot in the dark,
No,
hoping
no,
for the best.
Not really. I mean, that's like dating apps. Dating apps is worse.
Well, I'm not saying get on dating apps. You know me. I think everyone should be off
I can't
dating
get
apps.
off can't even get on the dating apps. I've been kicked off of 2 dating apps in the
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, I saw a clip where you talked about it. My day
Sucks.
job is at a dating app.
What app?
Oh my God! Wait, you work for OnlyFans?
No.
No.
That's
What
not
do
a
you-
dating
That's
app.
Wait,
That's not a dating app.
McKenna does that.
Yeah,
McKenna does
that.
OnlyFans. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I was confusing.
No,
Okay.
I work for one of the dating apps that you don't have access to anymore.
Just what? Which
Can you
one?
Sorry.
help her? or
Hinge?
no?
Yeah.
You work for Hinge?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! Did
What
you
do you
see my
do?
note? Did you see my note about how I'm still looking for love? I'm not violent.
I didn't see that note. I'm not on the appeals team.
Okay.
But I'm on the trust and safety team.
Wow.
So I look at reported profiles and stuff, and
Did you see me?
I didn't see you, and I would recuse myself if I did see you because I know
Really?
you personally,
Oh.
and I don't handle stuff from people that I know personally because
Wow.
that's
Do
a
you see
conflict of
people
interest.
you know personally?
No,
Oh, okay. I was like, does that happen a lot?
no, but like it could happen.
Yeah.
If people get reported or you know.
So, do you after this meeting? Do you feel like I could maybe get back on, or like I don't? Do you feel
I
like
saw what you said you presumably got reported for, and you reached back out.
Yeah, I wrote them. I just said, "Oh my God, I didn't actually mean that." Oh my God, I didn't.
Well,
But no,
see-
sorry.
see,
No.
okay.
No. I didn't. I didn't. No. I mean, I do really love Luigi, and I like what's I don't like what's going on, but I celebrate him as a person.
Right.
And I thought it was funny. It was a funny joke. I don't want someone who's like shooting people, obviously, but that was a joke. But I said, so sorry, I'm not violent. That was totally a joke. It was like funny, and I'm not violent, and I'm still looking for love, and like, please let me back. And they just never even responded. They were like, first I appealed it, and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, get away. And then I wrote the letter, and they never responded. So I'm not looking for a killer. Like that's not. And also I mentioned that line to multiple people now, and they all are like, that's hilarious. I would have swiped right on you. So it's Hinge's loss that I'm not on there anymore.
Hey, Hinge does not believe, and I can't speak for the company.
Yeah.
But I don't think that anyone at Hinge thinks that you're not deserving of love.
This is like a customer service response. They're like, but unfortunately, you will not be finding it on our app. On our app, okay.
Because you tried to incite violence on the app.
Do you think that do you think someone saw me, or was it just that I said shoot? And is it like an auto? Like was it an AI?
I don't think that it would have been AI, but again,
wow. So it was a loser on Hinge who reported.
Put you back on.
What a fucking loser! I thought it was like AI or something.
Hey, you know what? I want everyone who's reporting people on Hinge to feel safe to do that. I don't think that you're a loser. If you felt threatened by something that Nora said, I totally encourage you to report these kinds of profiles, and our team will take a holistic review of the profile reported and make a judgment call. Yeah.
The prompt was,
I think we got it.
Did you see
I
the
saw the clip, but you said something like, I want someone who will kill a CEO of a healthcare company.
A way to win me over is shooting the CEO of United Healthcare.
That's kind of funny.
Look, I'm not saying I don't get it. And I don't know.
The joke did not land, to say the least. I did, but it is interesting that it was now I'm kind of gonna ruminate over it, because I thought it was just like, because someone was like, they probably have an AI thing that says like anything that says shoot, they're like they flag it. But now that I know it's some guy,
and I don't even know what trade secrets I've revealed in this. So
we are almost out of time too, so we don't have to talk about it.
But you should reach out to Appeals again and just say like, I swear on my life,
I swear. I was enjoying
dark humor.
Okay.
I didn't mean it. I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah. And then I'm like a little lady. Like I don't like violence. Like I'm not. If my partner had a gun, I'd freak out. Like I'm not actually like that. Yeah. You know.
So a way to win you over is not killing the.
Yeah, but I mean, if Luigi's looking for if he is looking for a partner after he does his time.
So maybe the thing is just you want Luigi.
Yes.
You don't want to. I honestly don't think you'd enjoy being with a guy who's like plotting a CEO's murder.
Totally.
Like I feel like if you were coming home to that every night, that would be
hell.
Too much.
It'd be way too much.
Luigi skid marks every pair.
You think?
What?
Totally.
Why? You heard that?
No, I don't know.
Really? I took that so.
Really?
Did you know he like can't? He hurt his back and he can't. He said he couldn't eat pussy. Did you hear that?
That I did not know.
I'll get you that article. So something else to know.
I knew his back was something was wrong with his back. All right, we have 2 minutes. And
that's why you have that?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been keeping the time. I wrote down here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was trying to figure out why you have this little watch. I've never
seen
it
this
before.
Little watch. I have this little watch. But anyways, we always find a way to bring it back to Luigi somehow. And I don't tell. So if Hinge, I'm gonna let it go. Let it go. But I might follow up with you about it. But I'm gonna mainly follow up with you about Hendrick's friends.
Henrik, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's okay.
Do we have anything else about the episode we were dying to say? Favorite quotes, favorite outfits, most unhinged moments?
I like when Miranda smiles like this.
A little cheeky.
She's a little cheeky.
Yeah.
Them fucking on the washing machine was hot.
That was really hot. That was hot.
It's what they needed.
Do you feel like you still have spice in your relationship, even though it's been so long? Sorry, is that like a really intense question to ask?
No, I think it's a Sex and the City podcast.
Yeah,
we're
why not?
To ask these kinds of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
It's been really fun and interesting to like grow and change together.
You sound like so like you're just so calm. What are you on the safety team at Hinge?
I'm on the trust
I
and
would
safety team.
literally
I would
trust you with my life,
do.
Jess.
It
You
means
have
a lot.
such a calm demeanor. You clearly have an amazing, healthy relationship. Like,
Thanks.
meanwhile, I'm over here, like, shooting
No trust,
people.
no safety.
No one trusts me, I guess. So I'm on the
No
violent
trust.
team at
Yeah.
Hinge. Sorry. Anyways,
I'm on the violent team.
I'm not on the violent team. I don't want to be on the appeals team. They have me on a list now, right?
Yeah, you're
so
on the list.
I'm on a list. You know
No
what
fly
you
zone.
guys should do is everyone on the appeals list should maybe be able to talk.
Their own app.
Yeah,
you have to be banned from
have to
match
be
group
banned.
platforms.
I did
order to date
use that in stand up yesterday at a mic. I was like, I did get banned off of 2 dating apps, the normal ones too, the Bumble and Hinge. And I'm not like creepy. I just am a spicy lady is what I said.
How'd that go?
Everyone was silent. Noah laughed, but
Thank you,
everyone was
Noah.
like, okay. Because it comes off as kind of, you're.
Instantly, everyone's mind goes to like, what'd you do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What'd you do
does-
on Bumble?
Oh, we don't have time for that. But I actually, fuck it. It's a long episode.
It's like right on time.
Okay,
right
we're
now.
right on time. But
No, say it.
long story short, this guy sat down and like immediately, because he saw that I was Jewish in my profile, assumed that I was a Zionist and was like, isn't it so great what we're doing in Palestine, basically? And I was like, or what we're doing in Gaza right now. And I was like, no. And they literally, it was in like 2 minutes. And I swear I didn't bring it up. And I was like, no, I don't like, and he's like, well, you're Jewish, right? Like, why don't you like, do you not like Israel? And I was like, well, I like Israel, but I don't really like what's happening right now. And it's like, he just started saying all this creepy shit. And then I left. I was like, I don't think this is going to be a good match. We're like 5 minutes in and this is not good. So I left, and then he texted me some really mean things, saying like just shitty things. And then I said, that's great. P.S. Free Palestine with a little heart. And then I guess he reported me because I went back to the app to look and see like, to unmatch him. And they said I had been reported.
Ugh,
So I wrote them a long letter too. No response.
But I
I'm
think
sorry that happened.
Hinge
It's
is
okay.
the bigger loss than Bumble.
Yeah,
Because I feel
totally.
like no one's actually falling in love from
Yeah.
Bumble.
Yeah.
Like it was never going to happen on there.
Yeah. I'm trying to take it as this is the higher powers way of telling me I'm going to meet someone IRL,
Yeah.
and that I need to spend less time on my
old-fashioned way.
phone. However, I am setting up some situations on Tinder that we'll see what happens. Anyways, so that's the story.
It's exciting.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been lovely.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
really
like
has.
we're-
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
Yeah,
for
you're
being on the
amazing.
pod.
You are.
Thank
You
you
both
so
are.
much for
Do you wanna-
coming.
Do you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Hey, yeah, you can see me at most Tuesdays at the Upright Citizens Brigade performing improv.
Oh.
Maybe we'll
And-
come.
Wait, I would
and
love
then-
to come. Yeah,
through.
wait,
I'm
that
on
would actually
Herald
be
Night.
great.
I'm on a
Yeah.
team called FKA Dab. I'm performing.
Dab.
Dab.
Yeah, Dab. You know Dab?
Dab.
Dab. Well,
Okay,
no, but
sorry. Sorry.
I'm doing the main stage residency at the Brooklyn Comedy Collective
Well,
that's
that's
starting this
exciting.
year, and do stand up all over town at Jess_Elgene on socials and music on Spotify, like whatever.
Yeah, because you do some awesome songs too.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the
I wrote
music.
a song about Luigi actually.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, I gotta
Yeah, you
listen.
have to
What's
see
it
that.
called, Luigi?
Sure.
Okay, amazing.
What's it
Wow,
called,
I
Luigi?
definitely gotta. We'll put a link to that. Is it on Spotify?
The Luigi song is only no.
Okay,
It's
all right. Well, we'll if you do have a
We'll
link by the
find it.
time this
We'll
comes
find
out,
it.
let us
Yeah.
know because we'll link to it.
Cool.
Thank you so much to Becky Hermenze,
Especially today.
especially today. She really came through. We had a big production issue and she solved it because that's who she is. She's a woman in STEM.
And
Anyways,
shout out to Sean Curley, our intro and outro music.
and that's
And
it.
that's it, you guys.
Happy 2025. It's probably way past that anyways. All right.
It's like February.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.